So finally it's happened. Forced to resign, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. For now, he's announced resignation as leader of the Liberal Party, but it's likely that as a Prime Minister also will follow soon. But remember, during this transition period, many are talking about the issues that led Justin Trudeau in this manner, which clearly looks something that needs to be which is shameful for Justin Trudeau. And as Conservative leaders like Pierre Poilievre now are preparing, gearing up, possibly they can win elections next. But remember, at a point like this, economy has been the big issue. There has been internal faction fight that has pushed Justin Trudeau to take this decision. Popularity ratings have consistently shown that there has been a dip for Justin Trudeau, internal dissatisfaction. And then comes in Donald Trump taking a jibe at Justin Trudeau within hours of that announcement, saying that people of Canada want the merger with the USA. And US is not going to suffer for Canada's deficit. And that's what Justin Trudeau realized. All eyes will now be on what next and who will lead the country of Canada.
My friends, as you all know, I'm a fighter. Every bone in my body has always told me to fight because I care deeply about Canadians. I care deeply about this country, and I will always be motivated by what is in the best interest of Canadians. And the fact is, despite best efforts to work through it, Parliament has been paralysed for months after what has been the longest session of a minority parliament in Canadian history. That's why this morning I advised the Governor-General that we need a new session of Parliament. She has granted this request, and the House will now be prorogued until March 24th.
Canadians desperate to turn the page on this dark chapter in our history might be relieved today that Justin Trudeau is finally leaving. So given that Liberal MPs and leadership contenders unanimously supported everything Trudeau has done, why dump him now, right before an election? Have they had a change of heart? Is it because they feel guilty? Their only objection is that he is no longer popular enough to win an election and keep them in power. They want to protect their pensions and paycheck by sweeping their hated leader under the rug months before an election to trick you and then do it all over.
So let's get a perspective of this. Joining me now is Wyatt Claypool. He's a senior journalist closely tracking not just affairs internally in Canada, but has reported a lot on India-Canada relationship as well. Wyatt, welcome into the telecast. What's the mood on the ground? Because while this was long in speculation, it's finally happened. How do you think people in Canada are reacting right now?
I think it's just relief. Not exactly from within the Liberal Party, because although Trudeau's stepping down, things are not going to improve for them. But I think in the general Canadian population, it's kind of almost weird feeling because he has been the Prime Minister for 10 years. And even though everyone knew that he should be stepping down, he was incompetent. He shouldn't be licking like stamps at a post office. He doesn't know what he's doing. At the same time, it's still strange feeling that somebody who was your leader for 10 years is suddenly going to go away in this very truncated sense. But the mood of the country is they want a different government. That's why right now when you look at the polls, a poll just came out an hour ago from Research Co. It puts the Conservatives at 47% in the polls, the Liberals at 21%, and Jagmeet Singh's NDP only has 15%. It's not just going to be an election victory coming here for Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives. It's going to be a walkover, and it's a repudiation of all the sort of, I guess, what you call woke left-wing politics of the Liberal Party.
Wyatt, I request you to stay on with me because this, remember, was an internal decision for Canada and its politics, but has international consequences as well. And that is with regard to Donald Trump and Justin Trudeau. Trump, within hours, took to social media sites and said that the people of Canada want this merger. They'll be happy to become the 51st state of the United States of America. And that Justin Trudeau was aware that America is not going to suffer for the trust deficit that Canada needs, and therefore took this decision to step down. And these, remember, the kind of jibes that are coming in from Donald Trump, especially addressing Trudeau as the governor of Canada. Remember this image? It was an AI image of himself posing with the Canadian flag, igniting a merger controversy that's part of the USA. So I want to take that question to you, Wyatt, because till now it was all It appeared to be fun and games, but these jibes that came in, especially from Donald Trump, how do you make of what relationship between Trump and the next leader of Canada is going to be, especially between the two nations?
I think Trump said it mostly just to mess with Justin Trudeau, because over the last few years, when Donald Trump wasn't the president, Trudeau, thinking that Donald Trump wasn't going to come back, has used Trump's name as basically an insult for all of his political opponents. He's been extremely cutting towards Trump, and then so since Trump's come back, I think he's just been having a field day mocking Trudeau, especially seeing how bad Trudeau was doing in the polls. I don't think there's really that many Canadians who want to join the U.S., but I think there's a lot of Canadians that enjoy the jokes being made at Trudeau's expense by Donald Trump.
All right, Vaid, thank you very much for your perspective. And what happens in the days to come, all of us will be tracking closely what unfolds in Canada and how the next leader will be, especially for India. But staying with the United States of America, a lot is unfolding for Donald Trump, and it's the hush money case that is still refusing to end controversies for him. His inauguration, his taking over, is scheduled in the next few weeks. However, Donald Trump's legal team requested for a hold on the sentencing in the hush money case. The judge has decided to not go ahead with that. That means also if the sentencing is announced and decided, what happens to Donald Trump then taking over as the president? Could there be any legal trouble in it? In a written ruling, New York judge has rejected the legal team appeal to delay the sentencing. It's on 10th of January that we are expecting. The judges said Trump's motion was mainly repetition he had raised numerous times in the past. In case you forgot, we are talking about the case about $130,000 payment that was made by a former lawyer of Donald Trump to adult film star actor Stormy Daniels to stay silent about an alleged sexual encounter she said she had with Trump, and he denies it. After a 6-week trial in the state criminal court in Manhattan, the jury found him guilty 34 felony counts of falsifying records to mask the payment prior to 2016 elections. But even in 2025, this is one hassle that's refusing to leave Donald Trump.